cinema and politics have always been intricately intertwined on multiple fronts, and of course, cinema has given us many politicians. In Hari Hara Veera Mallu, a film that was initiated by director Krish Jagarlamudi and completed by Jyothi Krishna, that connection between cinema and politics is unmistakable. Hi, I'm Kairam Vaashi and this is The Hollywood Reporter India. Given that this film had two directors and took over 5 years to reach the big screen, certain inconsistencies were almost inevitable. Unfortunately, these inconsistencies manifest not only in the making but the overall narrative of the film. Hari Hara Veera Mallu Part 1, Sword vs. Spirit, Battle for Dharma, feels like a mishmash of at least two, if not three, different films. It begins with a Robin Hood-esque angle, transitions into a Indiana Jones-style adventure, and then evolves into a conflict centered on Dharma. Despite these shifting tones, the film's premise, some compelling plot points in the first half, and M.M. Keeravani's evocative score offer glimpses of the potential this film might have had. Set in the 17th century, during the diamond boom in Kollur near Golconda, a region renowned for producing world-famous diamonds including the Koh-i-Noor, the film introduces us to the character of Hari Hara Veera Mallu. He is a man who steals from the rich to help the poor and is also presented as a social reformer of sorts. This archetype aligns well with Pawan Kalyan's larger-than-life on-screen persona as well as his current position in politics, making it easy to buy into the character. Initially, Veera Mallu robs the British, which piques the interest of a local lord who then hires him to stage a fake robbery that allows the lord to keep the diamonds he would otherwise have to hand over to the Nawab. The Nawab in turn enlists Veera Mallu to steal the Koh-i-Noor diamond from Aurangzeb in Delhi. With a small band of 5 men, Veera Mallu embarks on a journey from Golconda to Delhi. Up to this point, the film moves forward with some degree of promise. After that, it takes an unexpected turn. It's not just the Koh-i-Noor that Veera Mallu is after. There's something even more precious to him that he wants to protect. What begins as a tale of India versus the British evolves into a story set in Bharat during the Mughal period. While the sets designed by Totadharani contribute some visual appeal, the CG and visual effects are downright poor, stripping the audience of most reasons to engage. The narrative feels dated, and rather than blending seamlessly, the different elements fail to create a cohesive whole. Pawan Kalyan's performance is unsurprisingly one of the film's stronger aspects. His restrained performance suits the serious scenes, and his signature humor, action, and dancing are all on display. However, despite his commanding presence, the supporting cast doesn't have much to work with. Apart from Pawan Kalyan and perhaps Nidhi Agarwal, no one gets a role with enough depth or variation. Bobby Deol playing Aurangzeb is a prime example of wasted potential. His portrayal is uninspired and ultimately his character lacks the gravitas needed to make an impact. So does the film. In its title, it has both sword and spirit. And sure, in the film there are a lot of swords, but it is the spirit that it lacks to truly succeed. However, despite its flaws, the first half does have moments of unexpected redemption. Some sequences, like the one with the tiger or the one later with a pack of wolves, marred by poor CG, start out as silly, but slowly, gradually redeem themselves. In fact, even without much explanation, I found myself accepting Veera Mallu's almost supernatural ability to read and interact with animals and nature. Sai Madhav Burra and Pranava Chandra have contributed significantly to the world building through their dialogues, and the staged robbery that I mentioned earlier is one of the film's most engaging segments. The second half introduces a beautifully metaphorical tornado sequence that, with better CG and a stronger build-up, could have been a thrilling climax for part 1. Instead, it remains underwhelming, further highlighting the missed opportunities in the film. So, the THR India bottom line is, Hari Hara Veera Mallu begins with the premise that sparkles like a diamond. But the final product feels more like a disjointed compilation than a fully realized cinematic creation. For more such reviews, subscribe to The Hollywood Reporter India.